So, if you are new to the channel, you may not know, but last year I took a job as store manager of an authorized dealer in downtown Toronto, Gem Bijou. We carry many different brands. Most of you guys will be aware of this already, but because of that, every once in a while I get to put together a video on some special watches I might not otherwise have been able to get hands on with. And today is one of those days. Today, I have in a trio of watches from the Longines Master Collection, celebrating the 190th anniversary of the brand. Two of the three are extremely limited and rare watches, so I'm happy to have all three of them here to share with you guys today. These are beautiful watches, and I'm pumped for this one. So let's get to it and take a look at the watches. All right. So first of all, how cool is this having all three of these watches? Now, Longines is a brand with a deep history. They have an interesting history with some really cool connections to sports and aviation, and over the past few years have made a resurgence celebrating that history with the re-release of some of those watches. One fun fact with the brand is the fact that their winged hourglass logo is the oldest registered trademark in the world and has been in use since 1889. Last year, Longines released these three beautiful watches to celebrate its 190th anniversary. Two of the watches, the yellow gold and the pink gold, are limited to 190 pieces, and the third steel model, not limited. Funny enough, for me, the non limited, more affordable of the three is my favorite. So, one thing these have going for them is the dial and specifically the engraved hour markers. Hopefully, I can do them justice in this video, but they are beautifully done. All three versions have slightly different dial textures, from brushed on the yellow gold to a textured anthracite dial on the pink gold and a sand-blasted matte dial on the steel. Now, the steel, although being a regular production model, is maybe little less special than the other two because of that, but it stands out to me because of those blued hands. They all look great, but the blued hands against the silver dial are such an eye catcher. The case on all three models is completely brushed. I'll give you the measurements here in a minute, but it's quite a thin case and sits great on wrist with that slight turn down of the lugs. The gold cases, the two limited editions, are made with 18 karat gold, and the non limited is stainless steel. Through the display case back, we get a look at the Longines exclusive caliber L888, nicely decorated movement beating at a frequency of 25,200 vibrations per hour. It is a 21 joule movement with a power reserve of approximately 72 hours. The crown is a push-pull signed crown. Feels nice to use. It's a smallish crown, but suits the look of the watch, and the winding action feels really good and smooth. The watches all come out on a leather strap, but there is one difference between the two gold models and the steel. The gold versions of the watch come out with a gold pin and buckle. The steel version, I'll just show you here, comes out on a signed deployant clasp. I'm sure they avoided the deployant to keep the total gold weight down on the other models. Just not sure why they wouldn't have gone for a pin and buckle on the steel. Now, after spending a little time with all three watches, one thing I do like about the pink gold is there's a bit more contrast between the dial and those engraved markers. Just stand out a little bit more, which I do like. Now, as far as size goes, these come in at a case width of just under 40 millimeters. I'm getting about 39.8. The lug to lug is 46.3 millimeters, which isn't bad at all. Longines has a tendency to go a little long on the lug to lug sometimes. Lug opening is an odd size, 21 millimeters, which is a bit of a negative, and the thickness is 9.8 millimeters. The crystal is sapphire and is treated with an anti-reflective coating, and the water resistance on the watch is 30 meters. On wrist, these wear really nice. It's almost all dial when looking at it straight on, so it wears every bit its case size, but It looks so good. Cost on these is 12,000 USD, which is 13.5 here in Canada for the gold models, 2,400 USD or 2,800 Canadian for steel. If you're looking for one, check out gembijou.com, or if you're in Toronto, pop by the store. Also, I put together some short unboxing videos on the Gem Bijou YouTube channel. The limited edition models do come out in a unique Longines box. And if you want to take a look at that, I'll leave a link to that in the description below, along with a link to the store as well. So that is it. Just a quick look today. Appreciate you taking a few minutes to stop by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye bye.